Hello friends, welcome to today's machine learning class, and in this class we will see the difference in error of two hypotheses, and that will come under evaluating hypothesis from second unit. In the second unit we have already seen these topics, and in this class we will see the difference in errors of two hypotheses. After that, in the next class we will see the comparing learning algorithm, and you can expect any one of the questions, that is any one 5-mark questions from these two topics. Okay, now let us see the difference in errors of two hypotheses. Right. Here we have to take two different hypotheses, H1 and H2. Okay, H1 and H2 of some discrete valued target function. Okay, and this target function will be taken from the same distribution, that is for H1 and H2 the target function will be taken from the same distribution. Here the hypothesis H1 has been tested by using the sample S1 which containing N1 randomly drawn examples, that is from the population N number of examples are taken for this S1. Like the same for H2, that is hypothesis 2, we have tested on the another sample, that is S2, and the sample size is N2. Okay, and estimate the difference between these two hypotheses, that is H1 and H2. The difference is denoted by the word D. Okay, now we need to estimate the difference between the true errors of these two hypotheses. Okay, this is the true error of the hypothesis, right? We have already seen in the previous video itself. So D means difference, isn't it? Estimate the difference of two hypotheses, D, which is equal to error D of H1 minus error D of H2, right? Error D of H1 is true error of hypothesis 1, and this is true error of hypothesis 2, right? And now we have to use 4 steps procedure to derive the confidence interval estimate for the difference D. Okay, that we have seen in the previous class itself, isn't it? What are the 2 steps? First one, we need to identify the population parameter P that is to be estimated. That is, we are going to test the hypothesis test on which population. Okay, for example, error D of H. This is the population we have taken for our test. And second one, define the estimator Y. Estimator Y means sample. Okay, the sample is otherwise called as estimator, that is error S of H. It is desirable to choose the minimum variance unbiased estimator. Okay, that is the variance between error S of H and error D of H should be minimum, and the result should not be biased from the original result, right? And the third one, determine the probability distribution dy that governs the estimator Y, which includes its mean and variance. Okay, so third one, we need to determine the probability distribution. And fourth one, determine the n% confidence interval. Okay, this is important. N% confidence interval by finding the threshold L and U. L means lower limit, U means upper limit. Okay, L and U such that n% of the mean in the probability distribution dy falls between L and U. That is, the probability distribution will falls between this lower limit and the upper limit. That will fall any one of the point in between these two limits, right? Here D is nothing but the parameter to be estimated, that is the difference between true errors. Difference between true errors is denoted by D, but the difference between the sample error is denoted by D cup. Okay, simply D cup. If we write D cup means that is the difference between the sample errors. What are the sample errors? The sample errors of H1 minus sample error of H2. Okay, so D cup is unbiased estimate of D, that is estimate of D cup which is equal to D. Okay. So here we have taken two samples, isn't it? S1 and S2. And the size of S1 is N1 and the size of S2 is N2, and these two samples should be greater than or equal to 30. The sample size should be greater than or equal to 30, right? Here both the sample errors, which are the sample errors? Error S1 of H1 and error S2 of H2. Okay, the hypothesis first error and the error of second hypothesis follow distributions that are approximately normal. Okay, if we take these two hypotheses, then that will be absolutely a normal distribution, right? Because the difference of two normal distributions is also a normal distribution, right? And that will be a bell-like curve. Here D cup, what is D cup? The difference between the samples, isn't it? And will also a distribution that is approximately normal with mean D, right? So the D cap should also be the normal distribution, and the mean value of the samples, that should be approximately equal to the mean value of the entire population. Okay, so the mean is approximately equal to D, right? The variance of this distribution is sum of the variance of error S1 of H1 and error S2 of H2. Okay, the approximate variance of each of these distributions, variance, isn't it? What's the formula for variance? Sigma square, isn't it? Sigma square is nothing but variance. So here the variance of the sample errors D cup, which is equal to error S1 of H1 into 1 minus error S1 of H2 divided by N1 plus error S2 of H2 into 1 minus error S2 of H2 divided by N2. So this is the formula for finding the variance of these two samples, right? Okay. Here this is the formula for finding the variance. Okay, here the above expression gives the general two-sided confidence intervals for estimating the difference between errors of two hypotheses. Okay, two-sided confidence intervals, that means see in the bell-like curve, two tails will be there. This is the lower limit, this is the upper limit. Okay, two tails will be there. Here suppose S1 and H2 are tested on a single sample. Okay, for both the hypotheses we are going to use only the single sample. Yes, that means S equal to S1 equal to S2, both are same. Then what will happen? D cap, which is equal to error S of H1 minus error S of H2. Okay, when if two samples are equal, that is if both hypothesis sample will be equal, then the variance sigma square in this new D cup will usually be smaller than the previous one. Why? Because we have taken the same sample to calculate this D cup. That is the difference, isn't it? So obviously the difference will be very much small when compared to the previous one, and the confidence interval will be correct interval. This is very important, right? Here let us consider D cap, which is equal to 1.0, and the probability of error D of H1 greater than error D of H2. That is the true error of H1 and true error of H2, which is approximately 0.95. Okay, the probability. Okay, that is the confidence or p-value, right? Then accept the hypothesis is that error D of H1 is greater than error D of H2 with the confidence 0.95. Okay, H1 alternate hypothesis. Alternatively, reject the opposite hypothesis. Which is opposite hypothesis? H naught, isn't it? Often called as null hypothesis. At 1 minus 0.95, which is 1 minus 0.95, which is equal to 0.05 level of significance. Okay, that means if it is the distribution diagram, okay, this is the mean, and here this is 95%, here 2.5%, and this is 2.5%. Okay, if the hypothesis value falls in this region, then we can simply reject those things. Otherwise, we can accept this hypothesis, right? Up to this, we have seen the difference in error of two hypotheses from the evaluating hypothesis. So, you can expect one 5-mark question or 2-mark question from this topic. The remaining topics we will see in the next video. Thank you.